Being a small property manager really means thinking big, like running a smooth cancellation policy. Why do you need one? Well, to make sure guests only book when they intend to stay, and to reduce your no-shows so you don't lose revenue. Keep it simple and clear from the get-go. But a little flexibility can also go a long way. A balanced policy means guests feel at ease and you're still covered if plans change. That doesn't mean making it too long. It should be easy to understand, with the most important things, the time frames and cancellation fees clearly displayed. So what kind of cancellation policies are there? These are the 10 most common. Number 1, free. While some online travel agencies have the deep pockets to offer this, we say think twice before you offer a free cancellation policy for direct bookings. Instead, consider charging a small fee, like $20, to offset any costs you might bear for the inconvenience. 2, non-refundable. The total opposite of free. This policy takes full payment from the customer. If you're worried guests will cancel within 24 hours of check-ins, this one's the way to go. 3, partially refundable. This one sits in the middle of the road between the first two. This means guests are refunded a percentage of the total reservation value, with the amount decreasing the closer they get to check-in. 4, one-night penalty. Another common form of partial refund, the one-night penalty policy charges the guest for the first night of their cancelled stay. 5, no-show. This one goes with any policy you choose. You can either charge the full total, a percentage of the total, one night, or a set no-show fee. It's totally up to you. 6, group. These can get really expensive, so you might want to use a stricter penalty, for example, a non-refundable policy for up to 14 days before check-in. 7, minimum stay. This one's common, especially in peak periods. Whether a guest cancels, doesn't show, or wants to cut their stay short, you charge them for the number of minimum stay days. 8, seasonal. This means tightening your usual policy because of high demand for your rooms, making sure you don't miss out on almost certain revenue. An example would be changing your policy from partially refundable to fully non-refundable during peak periods. 9, force majeure. Then there are times when cancellation has nothing to do with the guest, like a pandemic or natural disasters. Usually, the cancellation for these is free. And lastly, number 10, special events. Like seasonal, this one's strict. It's for when guests are hosting a special event at your property, like a wedding or business conference, where most, if not all of your rooms are booked by them. You definitely want your policy to be tight around these to make sure you don't lose out on large sums of revenue. Whichever type of policy you choose, it should be easy to find on your website and on a link in your booking confirmation email. And there are 5 key inclusions. Number 1, the deadlines. If there is one, be very clear when the free period ends and when cancellation fees will start to kick in. And if the fees change, when. 2, the fees themselves. Guests need to know exactly what fees they'll face at different deadlines and in different situations. 3, deposits. If you don't take payment for the full booking amount up front, let guests know how much the deposit is and if it's refundable, part refundable, or non-refundable. 4, refunds. Describe exactly how and when they'll be given and won't. And lastly, number 5, no-shows, and how the policy works for them. So now that you know the kinds of cancellation policies there are and what they need to include, the next step is how to handle a cancellation. Little Hotelier is here to support every small accommodation to do this with ease. So why not chat to us for a little advice? We can help you run a smooth cancellation policy because it's the little things that keep you thinking big.